Well, good morning, everybody. Today we're going to talk about print-registered flow wrappers. Our agenda is where to find them on our website, define the equipment, how and where the customers use this machine, upstream and downstream equipment, our manufacturers, the benefits and features, who uses this, and our talking points. We're going to start with where to find it on our website. Pull up the website, type in what you're looking for, in this case, print-registered flow wrappers. Click the magnifying glass, and you'll go to this slide right here. It'll show you all of our listings. We're going to define what is print registered. What it is, it's where the graphics, the logos are in the same place every time on every package. The alternative is a random print where the logo wanders all over the package. How it works, the wrapper puts the product wrapped in film. Starting right up here, the film flows down, the product comes underneath, a tube is formed, you get a seal on the bottom, it keeps moving, it cuts it and seals it and cuts it, and then goes on to the discharge area. Configurations, you can have a single package, you can have a stacked package, you can have side by side, you can have stacked side by side, you can have it in a tray, stacked, or laying down, or stacked. You can have a chain package where you have perforations in between the packs so you can tear them off. Then, of course, you have a stack like a spaghetti pack. Rotary versus box motion sealing. Rotary motion provides higher speeds and works very well with smaller products. Box motion is slower, as you can see, and has a longer dwell time for a stronger seal, and works well with thicker films and taller products. Types of seals, you have a lap seal. That's where you seal the inside and the outside of the film are overlapped and sealed. A fin seal is like a shark fin. You seal the inside surfaces together and they just kind of stand up. Cutting head configurations, rotary, you have a 1-up, a 2-up, you have 3-up, and 4-up. Of course, the more you have, the faster you can go. Upstream, downstream, really depends on what you're making. If you're in bakery, you're sure to have mixers, sheeters, rounders, proofers, depositors, ovens, and enrobers. Produce, you have washers, slicers like Herschel type equipment. Pharmaceuticals, you have capsule presses, fillers, and blister pack machines. And of course, somewhere in there, you also would always have product inspection. After you flow wrap it, you have case erectors, packers, case sealers, product inspection again, labelers, palletizers, and stretch wrappers. This is a segment integration slide. This one, we have 2 flow wrappers right here. They're being fed by belt conveyors. At the end of that conveyor, another conveyor pulls off a row and feeds it in a single file into each flow wrapper. As it comes out, right over here, you have a case erector. The empty case is built. It's on this conveyor right here. It's kind of hard to see. There's a parallel conveyor with a product right next to the case conveyor. It goes into robotic pick and place. The fill conveyor keeps going into a case sealer, into product inspection. This is like a check weigher. And right over here, on the right-hand side, you have a pallet dispenser feeding an empty pallet into the palletizer. The robot palletizer picks in place till it gets the proper pack pattern for the pallet. When that's finished, it exits, comes down on a roller conveyor into a stretch wrapper, gets wrapped, then off to the warehouse or into a truck. So if you have a customer who's going to buy a flow wrapper, they're bound to need at some point in time, more than likely, a case erector, case sealing equipment, case packer, product inspection, and some sort of stretch wrapper. Another example, this is a bread line coming in on a metal detector. A vision system is in this line, looking for case count, dimensions, product color, things like that. Goes into pick and place, into a flow wrapper. Again, we have our case erector, case sealer, case packer, onto a robot palletizer, and then again to a stretch wrapper. Mr. Print Richard's flow wrapper video. And that brush is flattening the product and taking air out of the package. Okay, if you look at the example over there, our machine, the Bosch Lindium 301, you'll see the film carriage is on the top of the machine. If you see it on the bottom, it's an inverted flow wrapper. And why you'd want one of those, if you've got a product that is sticky, hard to handle, or can't be pushed very easily with lugs or on a belt, you'd want to invert a flow wrapper.
Our high-performance, sleek wrapper inverted, servo-driven horizontal flow wrapping machine is designed with reliability, simplicity, and serviceability. It is built for 24/7 environment and can produce up to 100 packages per minute with a maximum web width of 19.6 inches or 500 millimeters. The servo drive ensures precise positioning, smooth acceleration, and deceleration, ideal for soft or sticky products, multi-packs, and other products that are difficult to push with the lug chain design found on conventional bottom seal flow wrappers. The film is fed from below the product. Hard-to-handle products are securely carried on top of the packaging film, from the former through the cutting head. Perfectly wrapped products discharge at the other end of the conveyor. Voila! The standard features include pre-programmed and stored product setup, stainless steel frame construction, user-friendly color touchscreen HMI, auto open-close rotary fin wheel assembly, and rotary jaws with jam detecting logic. The sleek inverted flow pack machine uses 5 servo motors that create quick and easy changeover and adjustment, reduces product and film waste during production, and offers low maintenance costs. Tell us about your current project needs at info@paxium.com or call to schedule a visit to one of our experience centers in Las Vegas, Milwaukee, or Toronto for a product demonstration today.
Okay, just a word on films. If you're asked, they can run polypropylene film, polyethylene, polyester, and metallized film, so it looks like a foil pouch. They can also run paper. The paper is tricky because it's thicker, it creases, it wrinkles. If you try to heat seal it, it may scorch. If a customer asks, can they run sustainable films and sustainable papers, the answer is a qualified yes from the OEMs. It will take a seal bar modification and a former modification. Synagon did a project over in Europe about a year and a half ago, where they ran sustainable paper with a chocolate bar. They modified the seal bar and got a patent on the former. So if a customer asks about it, lean into it. It can be done with a project. It's not just, here's the change part and go for it, but you can do it. Okay, cooling transfer plates. If you're running like a popsicle or an ice cream bar or a chocolate, you don't want it to melt because it's going to mess up the product. It's going to mess up your machine. So you can get an option to have these plates on your flow wrapper. So you see the temperature is 175. You see the product is smeared. Now you're down to 75 degrees. And you got a better looking product. And your machine doesn't have chocolate melted into it, or popsicle. Okay, manufacturers, BW Flexible Systems, they own Hasten, Rose Fargrove, PFM, Campbell, Synagon, formerly known as Bosch, Illipac, and foremost Fuji. Industry using the flow wrappers. If you're a CPG company, consumer packaged goods, you probably have a flow wrap product somewhere in your portfolio. Candy bars, a tray pack of tomatoes, cookies, a blister pack inside a foil metallized film pouch. Here's a case study. This company was doing stoplight peppers, basically red, yellow, and green for a stoplight. They're doing it manually. They had 18 people involved in it. They did 2,000 packages per hour at a 20-cent per pack cost. Went to flow wrapping. They got down to 6 people, more than doubled their production to 4,200 packages per hour. And more important, the payoff, it went from 20 cents per pack down to 6 cents per pack. So big savings. Our example is M1683, Doughboy Lineum 301, just like this one over here. Goes up to 150 packages per minute, a 24-inch maximum film width, and this one can be rented. Our key questions, talking points, you have to know the min-max product height and width, the max film width, the max film OD, the in-feed conveyor length, whether it's a lug or belt, the lug in-feed centers, the speed cycle time, the seal jaw clearance. You need to know the former, if it's fixed or adjustable, the number up, cutting head, and the options, gas flush for extended shelf life, coating for hot stamp or thermal transfer, and does it have the water cooler transfer plates? If it does it include a chiller? Any questions?